Good evening. Welcome to Umass Innovation Center at the Pioneer Valley Innovation Nights, where we'll be capturing a lot of the public speaking. My name is Lionel Angel Villanueva, and we'll be doing a lot of the recording tonight. We're here to be doing some of the filming and recording what's going on with the public speaking and the new book release on behalf of TC Eckstein of Cafe, TV Cafe.
Hello, and welcome everyone to TC Eckstein's Cafe TV. We're tonight here in Tower Square, inside what we used to call Bay State West. I'm old school, so I still call it Bay State West. Anyway, it's an event put on tonight by UnityFirst.com, Janine Fondon and Tom Fondon, and it's called Pioneer Valley Innovation Nights, where you're going to be introduced to people via our interviewing. They're authors, there's entrepreneurs here, there are some major bigwig people here. That's what I like to call them, bigwig people. And it's about those who help others enjoy community services and get involved with the community. So stay tuned, we have lots coming up, so stick around. We'll be right back. Good.
All right. Let's give it up to Facebook. It's done through Facebook. So what's fascinating about this video is that you might think, oh, is it just about planes? But it's not really about planes. In the beginning, when it started, before I talk about in the beginning how it started, how many population do we have on Earth? What is the number of the whole population on Earth? Anybody? And how many people do we have in the entire world? Roughly 7 billion. 7 billion. If you see it in the beginning, just less than half of the people in the world are connected using the internet, to the internet. That's about less than 3.5 billion people are connected to the internet. So the question you ask is, what about the rest of the people, right? So Facebook and innovation and technology is doing that, bringing people from all across North America, Africa, Asia, in remote areas where they have access to internet. Internet means a lot. Talk about entrepreneurship, creating jobs, healthcare, education, it would do a lot. So by allowing people access, you can have communication, right? And you also create data, which is a big thing, because we use data, and Nakai will talk about data. So, and the internet allows us to do that. So we have to give credit to Facebook and the companies that are innovating and using technology out there truly to transform our future.
So I'll show the next video.
Is becoming an increasingly digital space. Today, we manage, share, and store our lives online. Data is gathered from our devices, computers, and smartphones that collect and transmit information on what we do. But that is just the beginning. Soon, most things, including our TVs, watches, and even diapers, will collect and transmit data. In fact, if we gathered all the data from the beginning of time until the year 2000, it would be less than we now create in a minute. This phenomenon is transforming our understanding of the world and our place in it. It's become known as big data. Big data could be invaluable for business. It could provide a window into the lives of customers that we have never previously imagined. But there is a problem. How do we unravel the strands of big data and pick out the relevant parts? Data comes from so many sources. How do we know where to look? And how do we access it? In short, how do we turn all this information into knowledge? Businesses are already using big data to better understand and predict customer behavior and optimize and improve business processes. But the possible applications of big data are endless. We're only just beginning to see the emergence of the big data economy. Your business needs to consider big data or risk being left behind. Here at the Advanced Performance Institute, we specialize in helping companies understand and leverage big data. For more information on the topic, please visit our website at www.ap-institute.com, where you can find.
Okay, so yeah, just like the video said, big data is a huge deal to businesses and innovation, because in that big data, there are things that people need to know to make their businesses better, for profit and not for profit. I mean, just like the plane video that we saw from Umass, they were using like innovation to get internet to people who don't have it. And then from that internet, we are able to use all of this data that we have to get those people what they need. They are able to connect with other people, and that's a social and emotional need that they're fulfilling as well. So I feel like having all of this innovation and technology coming together and having all of these new ideas being presented, it just fuels another reason for us to be able to find each other, to gain more business. I mean, business is just not about just the dollars. It's also about, like, you know, getting people what they need, getting people what they want. But how do you find that? Through big data. And people nowadays are starting to major in, well, not major in, but starting to find the way of data science. And data science is the analytical part of breaking all of that big data down into something that we can understand. All of those statistics that you see, all of those commercials that you see, they are intricately based on big data. They are intricately based on things that you don't even realize. When you walk into a store and you are looking at all of the different clothes and everything like that, you didn't even know that people knew that how you respond to different lighting. Like the blue light is better than a red light, an orange light is better than a yellow light. It's so intricately detailed and you don't even realize that you're going through it. But that's how big data works and how big data is reaching out to us. And I think that it's a lot of, it's better that the younger people do get into these types of things, because we can definitely help the world through big data.
Now, Ernie's coming forward, and he has been an innovator as it comes to his radio networks across the state. And for the most part, tell us what it is.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ernie Floyd. And before I start, let's give these young people a hand. Once again, my name is Ernie Floyd. I commute from Worcester, and I've been here, I would say, consistently since last November. I'm also an educator at the Sabbath Charter School. Actually, I'm in charge of discipline, but I think I'm an educator as well, if you know what I mean. Just to say, I created an entity called Pride Productions, and Pride Productions has been around since 1994. And our theme and our mission is to empower young people through the use of multimedia and technology. We started out with video production. That's how I met Janine and her family in Framingham a number of years ago. And we've been at it since. We started out with producing a youth television talk show called Youth Unity, and then it grew from there. Once you go to my website, you'll see a lot of additional information about that. But what brings me here is I'm really excited to support everyone here in this room through our internet radio station called Unity Radio. And you can catch that on unityradioMA.org. What basically Unity Radio is going to be is a voice for the people. You constantly see, as Janine was saying earlier, you see the different people protesting, you see the different riots, you see everyone trying to voice their opinion and trying to go against the establishment. But at the same time, you also have people reporting the news and telling or want to share with the audience what they think it is. Or CNN's giving you their interpretation, really. And you're sitting there absorbing it, thinking that's what the truth is. In a lot of instances, it's not the truth. So Unity Radio basically is no relation to Unity First, but we are working together. We happen to have the same name, by the way, so there's no confusion. So we're looking to build a radio station here, and with the software, which I like Rich to explain a little bit further about how the software works, is basically through the internet radio is, we'll have an opportunity to give the people a voice here in the community. And it's very simple to operate, it's very simple to use, and very simple to get access to. And I'm very excited about creating programming. So we launched our station in Worcester, and we're looking to launch a particular station, hopefully a location out here in Springfield. And basically what we want to do is we want to advertise and promote the resources and services that Springfield has to offer, and not by another network telling it, it's us telling it, us sharing our own information with each other, and also growing our audience together, so that we get out the right information and not allowing somebody else to come in. Because a lot of instances, we do a lot of good things in this community as we're talking amongst these four walls, and one of the things I'm passionate about is getting it outside these walls. Because once we leave this room, it's like opening up the door, and we open the door, it's like a balloon releasing all the air. All of a sudden, who knows, after this we probably lose our momentum a little bit, but what we're looking to do is come up here, record these events. That's why we're recording tonight, so we can put it on the internet, share with other people, and constantly record. And I like to promote Cambridge College and other different entities that are here, so that other people get an idea of what's really going on in the community. And let's start servicing ourselves, and not waiting for somebody else to serve it for us. So that's the basis of Unity Radio. I'm looking forward to working with everyone and promoting whatever service you have, whether it's a book, whether it's a program, whether it's education. Come to me, and let's see how we can get it on the internet, and let's see how we can let's see how we can share it with the rest of the community. All right?
And we love to support efforts just like Ernie's, and everybody knows this work does not happen over 2 months. It happens over years. So it's so good to have people like Ernie doing what he does. And now we have Carrie, who you have launched $1 million business, sparkle cleaning business over time, and now you have morphed into your role at Framingham State. So tell us all about your journey.
Well, first of all, I want to say entrepreneurship is booming, and technology is only making it, more. But the skills that are needed moving forward, the skills that the young people in this room, again, that presented up here are great, but I find them lacking. I am now an educator on the college level, and they need to be pushed further in communications and critical thinking and problem solving, all of those things that are going to be needed to go forward. I started as a journalist, a long time ago, and then ended up starting a business because I needed extra money as a single parent to help take care of my kids. And I ran that company for 20 years. And during that whole time, still wanted to be a writer, because that was my thing, but I wanted to write fiction. And I never got back to that, That communication piece was huge. But everything that we do and everything that you get involved in kind of comes to what you end up doing, and technologies like that, and making it a lot easier for kids now to follow that path, And so my skills as a journalist, as a writer, as an educator, because I always did teach classes even back then, has led me to where I am now. So now my passions are teaching, and I teach things like critical thinking and problem solving and entrepreneurship, because that's where I really got everything that that really brought me forward to where I am now. So I have published a memoir. I've also got a first contract from a publishing company with a book of fiction that I wrote.
And if you'd like to take a look at it, and Z will be selling it to support her bookstore today too. So
it's a thriller, guys, so don't get freaked out. But the thing is, it's never too late, and as technology brings us along, it's even more to say it's never too late. At one point I was like, okay, well, what do I do now that everything's done? But hey, I published a book. Yeah, the first book, I'm a little up there for the first book, but you know what? You never know what's going to happen. And that's what young people need to know, is that, follow your dreams, do it all the way. Keep focused. Even if you fall down a little bit, get back up, because no road is straight. But technology is going to take you further. You can start businesses so much easier at less money. You meet virtually with your customers. You have social media out there for marketing and all of these things that make it so much easier for somebody to be successful at entrepreneurship. Did you know that 2 out of 3 jobs in America come from small business? And all those things that you see up there, every single one of them in that technology, which I can't imagine doing this, old school here. But they need parts, they need, all of those things that make that happen, okay? That's small business. Small business is where it's at. So entrepreneurship is booming, and students from 20 in their 30s, they are going crazy starting businesses. Anywhere from apps, and then they're in my classrooms, anything from apps to, a better way to find a car, okay? And there's no new ideas, but this technology and the new spins they put on everything to make it easier. So keep that in mind. There's always entrepreneurship. It's there, and it's booming, and it's available. So that's my pitch.
And tell them a little bit, your pitch to the palace.
From the Pitch to the Palace was the first book I wrote, and it was about entrepreneurship. When I started my company, I had drug problems and all those kinds of things, and I was raising these young boys and working as a newspaper reporter and not making enough money. But I was also involved with the Center for Women in Enterprise, and there were women there who came from what I came from and were struggling, and the way to help them, like it helped me, was entrepreneurship. So, like we all know, when you tell your story, people hear it, and sometimes they talk to you because they're afraid to tell their story. And so I told my story. And I went around talking about sparkle cleaning and all the things that we went through. I did not know anything about a business plan or business period. It was just something to do to make some more money. And so often women would come up to me and say thank you, and they would just spill their guts to me and say, I've never told anybody that before, and then move forward with their dreams. So sharing stories is so important, and that's what From the Pitch to the Palace was about, as a memoir.
And some of our other interns, I just want to make sure that Alizé and Kiana stand and just tell us what your vision, what you're hoping to do with your degrees and as it relates to technology and so forth.
So for me, I'm not sure exactly what career I want to fall into after I graduate. I know I want to fall somewhere in public relations or marketing or something. I just want to be able to have fun with whatever I'm doing. I don't want to wake up every morning and sometime when I'm like 40 or 35, whatever, and be tired of going to work and sick of what I do. I want to love what I do. That's all.
I am a double major in communications and sociology. I either want to work for a radio station or a TV station as a producer, and soon to figure out exactly where I want to go in the communications field, I hope to do the Washington internship at the Washington Center in DC once I graduate.
And one thing I just wanted to reiterate for everyone, Unity First, a lot of people see us, we're a website, we are an online magazine, we live in the digital world, but the good news is that as we reach out to, I think we're telling we're about 2 million people around the country as an extended network. So we are kind of like a Springfield window of the world. And basically we're hoping to, and we have, it's really interesting that we have a lot of young people who do follow us. When we all look at, I don't know how many of you look at your statistics on LinkedIn and so forth. I was actually really shocked to see how many younger people. And so now we're saying that we need to embrace these young people, and we need to provide programming for them. Also, I do teach at some of the universities, and I see that they are also willing to learn. And how many boomers in the room? You don't have to admit to it. It's all good. But it's good when we make that bridge, because a lot of us have a lot of wisdom in this room. I tell these young people they should be able to learn from us, and they can teach us. So the other thing that very quickly, if we go to the EduStation, if you can click on EduStation, and then we're going to go to Educational Ops. Some of the courses that will happen over, if you scroll down a little bit, some of the courses that will happen over the next 5 months. There's fundraising, thanks to Lucy Lewis, who's going to give us some great tips there. we have business basics. We have a number of not only professors but practitioners in the room. And not only are we going to be able to do on-site here locally, but we will also be able to do online. Just like for me, I do a lot of speech writing for people. I do writing for people, some CEOs, some executives. Most of them I may not see because they're in other cities, but when they have to write a speech, you know, they will send it to me online and I'll be able to send it back, edit it, and so forth. So again, we're trying to make, you know, this be a kind of a Springfield window out there. And front page public relations, I know Anna, you do public relations. There are a number of other people that we have. Credit to finance, we know Georgia is going to be our lady in terms of making it have diversity inclusion. And I must say for Cambridge College that I do teach, our diversity course at that institution, and I like to say we have gotten such great reviews, it's actually going to be taught in Boston, Cambridge, at Cambridge College in Cambridge in the fall. So it's really, really good. Get out there. Tech prep, how many of you need a tech prep class? So let's go on and see what we need to do. So that is where you get started at any level. And there are a couple of courses that several of us, Lucy does, I do it, you know, several people in this room. So you can come to us at any level and say, look, this is what I got. What were we saying the other day? What was the software you were thinking of using? The project management software? Yeah. And so just to be able to pick up a phone and say, well, how do I do this? How do I do that? And also how it relates to your business. Because all of these have, you know, there's such great software on, you know, the computer that we can connect you with. And she just left, but another one of our students had to do a newsletter. And really, to tell you the truth, we can probably teach you how to do a newsletter in a day's session. So again, it's what the tools that are out there. Writing skills. So we're going to send you a link for this as well. And if you can go to, we'll send you our newsletter as well. I think most of you may be on the list, but you'll be able to see this and other things. And we hope this to be the start of an engagement. You know, like someone said, when we leave this room, I know in the Unity First Way, a lot of the people we deal with, it's not the end of the story. Some of you I see in class, but it's up to you to engage and say, well, how can I, you know, take this thing to the next level? What do I need to do? If you have writing that needs to be looked over, these are going to be things over the next 5 months that you're going to, and actually, talking about diversity, tell them about what you're doing. Yes, your diversity, your studies.
Well, I am, right now I am in the master's program at Springfield College. And over the years of working in the financial industry, I found that leaders and managers and coaching, they have a very stringent way of developing and helping to produce productive employees. So my goal is to hopefully to be a consultant and actually go in and work with CEOs and leaders to help them to understand their diverse population and be culturally competent when they're trying to make money and be profitable. So that is my aspiration. Hopefully I'll be starting that in the next year.
Yes, yes. Give her a round of applause. The key thing is we want people to, and the last thing that we'll leave you with is if you can go back to the home page, we try to tell those stories. And if you have stories about what you're doing or what you're hoping to do, please reach out to us, because on our home page, we know that there's been a lot of you know, trauma in the world these days. And this cellist, Tremaine Booker, I don't know if you've heard of him, but he dedicated some of his life as a cellist to really share around the world. So if you could just hit that for a minute, and let's hope he'll be working with us. I think he's from Memphis, and wanted to share a story with you first. You can always go to Unity First and see it. And I just want to, and we promised you 6:30 so that you would have time to network. And TC, I know you are selling some of your CDs as well. And she's just well known. How many people have watched TC's show locally here in Springfield? Okay. Well, we tell people if you haven't, Aren't you on the local cable station?
Yes, I'm on Focus TV in Springfield, and also on Ustream.tv online, which is 24-hour, 24/7 live streaming television access. I have business cards here, and I have 4 shows online that interconnect. One is called Coffee with God Spoken Affirmations, which it has spoken word, it has some ministering, lecturing, it has just other poetry, like kind of like your Def Comedy Jam, except it's not Def Comedy Jam. It's like Def Jam poetry, but it's TCX9 Cafe TV poetry. That's one of our morning shows, and then it goes into TCX9 Cafe TV. And in the cafe, I spotlight artists that are globally international connects I have, and I spotlight them by putting their bio up on the screen. It's a half-hour TV show each person, and then I share a few of their videos and their music credits and all that stuff. And so I mostly have the spotlights, and then I have interviews with myself with prestigious people such as yourself. Like I've have many interviews with Janine, where we talk about UnityFirst.com and all the things going on in the community. And we've done many things together at Westfield State and all over at different places.
She was in Atlanta and all sorts of other folks.
Yeah.
People don't realize we're just creating a world online.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people here, you bet you want to cover global stories. You know, people, you speak with people all over the world. Luana, who travels with her museum right here in Tower Square, we represent so much of this global online imprint, and we need to claim it. And then now Ernie with what he's doing in terms of telling our story beyond this. So we're interested in connecting anyone who's going to connect resources to the research out
Most definitely, especially, I mean, and I'm a leading lady of Go Red for Women. This is my second term doing it. I won in 2010, and I also won in this year, 2016. First was Central Mass, Boston area. Now I finally won here in Western Mass. So I'm a leading lady and a heart decent. Thank you. I have a pacemaker.
Yours, the PINS network, you have events that come up in the fall.
Right.
If you'd like to tell people about those.
Sure, I can come up if you want.
Okay.
Just yeah. Right. You'll see. Yep, that's it. Great to be here with all of you. If you haven't heard about Innovation Nights, it's a nationwide platform, and I head up the Pioneer Valley Innovation Nights, and it's all about educating communities within the Pioneer Valley. Encouraging buy local. We feature innovators, inventors, new products and services of any industry. And you can see, and sometimes this particular one was all about gaming and fundraising. This is a success coach. What you're seeing here is the 10 exhibitors that we had at our last event. Innovation Nights, some of the organizations across the U.S., they put on an event every month. In the Pioneer Valley, we do it quarterly, and sometimes we do it individually, going to a business at large in the community, and we feature 10 exhibitors. We have online voting prior to the event, and we try to educate the community through social media. It's all powered by social media. Exhibitors, it's what we call a bare bones event where there's no frill. It's just featuring products and services. And it's free to the public, and it's free to exhibit. So the platform itself was created by Bobby Carlton, and she's out of the eastern part of Mass, and they've helped well over 1,000 companies by now. And we also have a section that features students that are working on innovation and maybe trying to get feedback from the public what it is with their invention. Perhaps maybe it could be a new, we had actually a couple of students that were out of the Boston area that have infusion, people that need some type of transfusion of medical, actually medication.
And they created a vest which is Gen 2, and it's now on mainline, and they did some fundraising, and they're in the marketplace. So here is if you have an invention, if you have a business, it doesn't matter how long you've been in business, if you have a new product and service, you know, when we're featuring, and we do send out posts, you can sign up and get on our mailing list at the site, and you can attend or you can exhibit, so we'll put out the word. But it's all about helping our communities be strong and buy local, okay? So here is if you can pass them around, these are cards. So you have our website, okay? You can take one and pass it around. And thanks.
Alrighty. I have all the announcements, and I want to make sure that people please network. I know there are people in the room that would love to find new opportunities, people that have educational opportunities, network people that you see and you've heard from. And Z, I know you're going to be at the back with the books for Carrie. So please, Carrie, you can move forward so that, and check out her books and make sure that hopefully you'll buy a couple. So this is ready. So thank you so much for coming. Did you all think this was a good idea to do? I hope you feel like it.